With the elimination of Shravani in episode 3, individual tasks gave way to group tasks. And so from episode 4, Mr. Gopal Krishnan of the Tatas set tasks to groups within the 9 contestants. This led to some very entertaining and innovative presentations.
The driving force behind an innovative work culture at the Tatas, R. Gopala Krishnan, who's the chairman of Tata Group Innovation Forum, has not only been a great leader of the organization, but also a motivator in many ways. R. Gopala Krishnan, who has published books like Learning What Is Not Taught and The Bonsai Manager, is also the chairman of Tata Autocom Systems, Rallis India and Adventist Therapeutics. He also holds the portfolio of Vice Chairman of Tata Chemicals and is also the Director of Tata Power and Tata Technologies.
In the task, Mr. Gopal Krishnan asked each of the teams to come up with 3 of the most innovative products or services from the Tata stable and make a case study and a way forward for each of these products. In the twist to the task, he asked the contestants to make an innovative presentation of the task.
Daddy, stop.
Daddy, the road.
This is so uncomfortable. I can't keep on traveling like this forever.
Listen, children, this scooter is 10-year-old.
Jumbo! You're a winner!
But when it came for Mr. Gopal Krishnan to pitch out one of the 9 contestants, drama happened. I'm going to ask Mr. Gopal Krishnan now. That person will be eliminated in today's episode.
Jenny, I have to, unfortunately, I hope you feel well the next time, but this time I have to select you as the weakest.
Mr. Gopal Krishnan thought Jennifer was the weakest of the 9 and that she should leave the show. Little did he realize that Jennifer enjoyed immunity from the previous episode when she had been pitched in. So technically, Jennifer, Mr. Gopal Krishnan, cannot be eliminated in this episode.
I was very lucky that I had the immunity pin.
And so it fell on him to choose the second weakest contestant. This was a shocker. He named Shankar. Till then, Shankar had been tipped to be one of the people to make it into the final 5 or 6. His idea was strong, his presentation skills were good, but most of all, he was a candid, clear-headed person. But Shankar it was who had to leave the show. Let's have a look at bits of this dramatic episode. Look for the second weakest contestant in this team.
I would select Shankar.
Okay, so I read this amazing thing once. Somebody had said, meet your fortunes like a gentleman and your disasters like a man.
As I said earlier, we knew that Sriram was strong. But in this episode, Rajiv came surging to the forefront. This was his time in the sun. Have a look.
I have been asked to choose somebody who came through even better, and I have selected Rajiv.
With 8 remaining contestants in the fray, the action shifted to Delhi. The business leaders and judges for episode 5 were the Bijli brothers, Ajay and Sanjeev of the PVR Cinemas group.
Pioneer of the multiplex movement in India, Ajay Bijli is the brain behind PVR Cinemas, a successful chain of theatres with over 150 screens across India. Ajay, along with his brother Sanjeev Bijli, has established PVR as a brand in the business of film exhibitions. With a total income of over 350 crore rupees and having a dominant share of 25% in the 200 crore rupee advertising business of film exhibition, PVR has also successfully diversified into the space of film distribution and film production business. With the introduction of Blue O, a state-of-the-art bowling alley, the Bijli brothers have taken PVR to a different height in the business of entertainment.
This was an episode close to my heart because we were now talking about an industry that I was familiar with. So Ajay and Sanjeev set some very interesting tasks for our contestants, and we saw some fairly interesting presentations too.
Mr. Ajay Bijli asked each team to analyze and understand the film exhibition business of PVR and then to suggest a way forward for the group, along with a strategy for business diversification and expansion. In the twist, the rival team was asked to make a SWOT analysis of the presentation, after which the presenting group was asked to rebut on the analysis.
In this episode, Tony asserted himself as a potential frontrunner. Who gets pitched in? Who gets immunity from elimination in the next episode?
That Tony.
Wonderful, Tony. And we also saw the leader of one of the groups sacrificing himself, getting pitched out for the cause of his team.
In your team, who do you think is the weakest link?
Leader should take responsibility, no? Then I'm the weakest. I always believe in that Japanese management principle called Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. So we need to improve each and every second and each and every day.
From Delhi, where Surjit was eliminated, we then went down to Pune, to the Bajaj Auto head office and R&D center, where our business leader and icon for the episode was Rajiv Bajaj.
Known as a gutsy pathbreaker who took the risky post of MD and revived the fledgling Bajaj Group with his offbeat innovative measures in doing business, research and developments, promoting brand image rather than the corporate counterpart, and product development helped Bajaj to jumpstart the growth in market share. His drive led to Bajaj being named the Company of the Year 2011 and securing 27% market share of the Indian motorcycle industry. The company also forecasts a 20% sales growth in 2011-2012. Think Global is what he's looking at, with 10% share in a 35 million unit world market. The man behind the metamorphosis of Hamara Bajaj is Rajiv Bajaj. Mr. Bajaj deputed the task by asking each team to identify one product, component or idea emerging out of the strong R&D cell of Bajaj Automobile and to create it as a big idea and make a sales and marketing strategy with a way forward that would eventually steer the company to #1 position in the two-wheeler segment. In the twist to the task, Tony, who gained immunity in the last episode, was given the responsibility to guide both the teams in presentation preparation and finally do a wrap-up for each team in their presentations.
Who is pitched out, Rajiv?
Today, it's Ninad who's pitched up.
Rajiv, on the other hand, received his second immunity pin, setting a record amongst the contestants.
I think Rajiv did a pretty good job of it. So I'd say he's your pitched-in candidate for the next time.
And the buzz slowly began to spread amongst those in the fray. Was Rajiv going to win the contest?
I got pitched in for the second time. Yes, it does give a good feeling that multiple business leaders are recognizing your effort.
Till now, it was pretty much Rajiv ruling the roost. But there was someone, and it wasn't Sriram, who was sneaking up and challenging these two. Who is that person? We'll find out after this break. So, Tony, who, in your opinion, are the weaker teammates on each team?
It's a very rhetorical question, and I wouldn't want to be a judge.
I would have looked for a little more than the diplomacy that you sort of demonstrated there right now.
I don't think it's fair.
And now for the Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 contest. What is the version of the digital rights management installed in Samsung Galaxy Tab 750? A. OMA. B. OMA 1.0. C. OMA 2.0. To SMS your answers, type pitch, space, question number, space, ABC and send it to 59995. Or email us at thepitch@bloombergutv.com. One lucky winner who can answer the maximum number of correct answers would stand to win a Samsung Galaxy Tab 750 at the end of the series.